Hi there, my name is Cam, and in today's video I will walk you through one of the TOEFL speaking questions, which is the lecture part. So let's see the instructions and let's see a sample answer with its evaluation. Let's go. So, in this part here, the test taker is requested to listen to a part of a lecture where it will handle a topic that you can see in your classroom, such as geology or biology or so forth. And in that part, you will be given some substance or a subject that is discussed in that lecture, followed by a specific question at the end of that lecture. And you will be given 20 seconds to prepare your answer and 60 seconds to speak. Now, in my consideration, you need to comply with a number of conditions in order to excel in that category of questions and to pass it comfortably. So, for example, you need to pay attention to the lexical range of your answer, provide a grammatical range including different tenses, voice, and phrases and clauses and so forth. Besides, of course, taking care and respecting delivering the content in a coherent way using the linking words and discourse markers if necessary. So let's move now to the question and listen together and take some notes, and then after that we will compose the answer and evaluate it for you.
In this question, you will listen to part of a lecture. You will then be asked to summarize important information from the lecture. After you hear the question, you will have 20 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. Listen to a professor of geology giving a lecture on Antarctica.
Located at the Earth's South Pole, Antarctica is 600 miles away from South America, its closest neighbor. Remote and isolated, air temperatures there range from as cold as 110 below zero Fahrenheit in the winter months and rising to only negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit in the summer. Due to the extreme temperatures, the continent is almost completely covered with ice, which makes conditions for the growth of vegetation virtually impossible. In contrast to the lack of life on the land, the ocean surrounding Antarctica supports a wide variety of marine life, including starfish, jellyfish, sea anemones, fish, and squid. There are also larger sea mammals, including 7 species of whales and seals, and 8 types of dolphins that swim in the icy Antarctica waters. Because of the severe cold, its lack of native people, animals, and natural resources, Antarctica lay relatively unexplored for decades. Only 1% of the continent has been surveyed, and minerals such as tin, zinc, silver, and gold have been discovered in the Trans-Arctic mountains. Although there are apparent prospects for mining these minerals, there are political implications and concerns regarding the environment. Since 1991, there has been a moratorium, or freeze, on commercial mining activity, which will be in effect until 2041.
Using details from the talk, explain and describe how the extreme temperatures of Antarctica determine the varieties of life that live there.
So, as you have heard, the lecture is about the life in Antarctica, and then they ask you to determine the 2 types of life that exist on the land and in the water. So, I've always advised my students to pay attention to the process where they are involved in taking notes and so on, because it will determine how strong the beginning will be and how efficient they will organize their ideas while delivering the answer. So this is one requirement that they have to pay attention to. This is so easy to catch or to capture while paying attention to the linking words or the discourse markers that the professor mentions. Besides that, of course, you will have some other clues that will give you an idea that the speaker or the lecturer is moving from one topic to another or from one example to another, so that allows you to capture the idea and paraphrase it in your own words. After that, we can move now to see an answer, a suggested answer that can combine all these elements, and we will give you a kind of evaluation why this answer is considered a valid one. So let's go and see. The answer. The lecture is in geology and it discusses life diversity in two areas. One is on land and the other is in the water. First off, the speaker or the professor explained briefly that life on land is almost impossible. In his explanation, he mentioned that the weather is severely cold and therefore life is almost impossible on land surface. This means that there is neither vegetation nor human life on the surface. On the other hand, life in water is colorful and diverse. The professor explained it in more details through giving examples of different categories of life that exist in water, including mammals such as whales and dolphins. Furthermore, there are one type of life that includes diversity of fish, which is life in water, that also includes vegetation or type of vegetation in the same environment. Jellyfish and squids are just examples. So, we came to the last part of the process, which is the evaluation of the answer that you have just heard. In that evaluation, I will try to show you what are the test taker is looking at, whether it is the idiomatic range or the lexical range of that answer that we showed you just a minute ago. Also, you will notice that the answer was about 1 minute, and that included the answer in two parts, which includes life on the surface and life in the water. And in this answer, we included some of the things that any student also have to pay attention to, such as the inclusion of academic vocabulary, linking words, the cohesion should be maintained, as well as, delivering the content that is in the question. So based on that, we can see that we delivered the answer on time, including some of the complex sentences containing some of the linking words and so on. So that's it for today, and hope to see your comments and get back to you very soon on that. So be well. Thank you.